very warm welcome to all the viewers watching this show. We're on our 11th episode of Saturday Talk series with experts, and today we're going to discuss with director Naga of Marmadesam, Rudra Vennai, and Ramani versus Ramani fame about television series, its opportunities, and evolution. This show is presented to you by Prime Point Foundation, a not for profit organization since 2000, which was started to mold youngsters in various spheres of their profession. We have the two initiatives of Prime Point Foundation, which are Presence, a national monthly e-zine since 2006, started to promote positive journalism, and NGPL, Next Gen Political Leaders, started to nurture young political leaders in our country as the associate partner. About today's expert, Nagarajan Lingam is popularly known as Director Naga in Tamil film and television industry. Director Naga is a product of the prestigious Film and Television Institute of India, Pune. Director Naga began his career as a director of photography in Bombay and has shot for feature films that include Gabahi and Pattar Ke Phool. He has also shot for TV serials in Hindi, Malayalam, and Tamil. Apart from shooting for films and TV serials, director Naga has to his credit more than 20 documentaries and ad films. Moving on, director Naga started writing and directing TV serials in Tamil, and they have been trendsetters. Marmadesam, Ramani vs. Ramani, Veetikku Veedu Looti, Chidambara Ragasiyam are some of them. Since 90s, he's been rocking the silver screen, and we should say there would not be a single person who cannot relate to one of his serials. When we think of his serials, it just lingers in our mind. Director Naga also directed a mainstream Tamil film, Anandapurathu Veedu. Director Naga was a senior creative consultant with Pudhiya Thalaimurai and Pudu Yugam and was involved in shaping up various programs on these channels. He played a key role as a mentor for the channel's flagship awards show, Tamiran Virudugal, and the popular magazine shows on the news channel. Director Naga now gives his creative inputs for various television channels. He is currently traveling around as visiting faculty in various institutions such as Whistling Woods, Mindscreen Film Institute, State University for Performing and Visual Arts Rohtak, Asian College of Journalism, and My Bridge Film School. Welcome to the show, sir. We're so happy to have you.
I'm very happy to be here too. How are you, Sukruti?
Doing fantastic, sir. Not a single household would have missed your series in the 90s with it can be your comedy genre or it can be your suspense thriller. Even today, if we listen or see those series, it is amazing. It's mind-blowing, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, sir, before me jumping into today's topic, I wanted to ask with you, how did you end up with television series? How did you start your journey?
Basically, I'm from, as you read out, I'm from the Film Institute of Television, Film and Television Institute.
Mm-hmm.
After finishing, I went to Bombay to be a cinematographer, but heart of heart, one always wanted to make series, my own story. Wanted to be a director. So I shifted back to Chennai and started shooting here as a cinematographer. But then I also produced a series in which I directed a few episodes. From there on, seeing that Kailasam gave me an opportunity to do Marmadesam, and now you can say that I've forgotten my cinematography.
And so that
yeah.
Yes, sorry. Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
I know that's my kind of getting into the television. But this genre, whatever kind of tag to me as the thriller, suspense thriller kind of thing. It is basically I'm not looking to create fear. It's just a portrait. Basically, the kind of subjects I'm dealing what interested me in these kind of stories. Really speaking, the line between the belief systems and science, how these belief systems work, and why do they sustain, like, so long. You can't just dismiss anything as superstition, because there may be a certain scientific basis on which it came into existence. Maybe it would have lost its relevance. This is the area I've been, like, kind of toying from my colleges. I'm a science graduate. I'm a science graduate, and my background is again, like, my family is of my dad's side. It is, like, quite Anmigam, all that, the believers. And my mom's side is, like, completely rationalist into. When my grandfather used to, take me aside and make me sit and, used to tell me, like, that there's no God and all that. Don't believe in it. All these people are stupid. All these kind of, like, indoctrination has been going on for me from my childhood. I think that is that's the journey which I'm still continuing on. So that when I have to say something like that, then maybe, like, I found it easier to convey this, the split in the rational thinking and the beliefs. I found there should be a sugar coating. It's a medicine. It's like, so that sugar coating is this thriller genre, I can say. Like, I can hold people on that and then, like, maybe smuggle in my ideas. That's like, that's my journey.
I was actually about to ask about the thriller because be it Marmadesam and the whole concept that was so revolutionary, and be it Rudra Vennai as well, because that hooked people. And even now, we are watching it in social media. Like, though it was aired in the 90s or in early 2000s, still there are repeat viewers. We are watching, we feel hooked to it, and every time we watch the series, we actually are learning a lot of new points. We are seeing
Yeah,
different aspects.
yeah. Here I would like to add, as in, like, there is magic all around us. It just keeps happening every day. I mean, there is some poetry which says, like, watching a flower bloom is magic. Really, the very existence is magic, but we tend to, like, ignore. So this again, like, all my stories also have this underlying layers, and so this naturally leads me to, like, play with people, as in, like, hiding things and, like, letting people discover. So once you see my series, you might, get a story, but then having known the story, you again go back to see it. So you will find some, they say, the Easter eggs, like, hidden Easter eggs, that kind of a thing, which I like playing. So, I mean, Chidambara Ragasiyam, if you take, there is the title sequence became very popular because of that. That there was a hidden egg, there is a hidden egg, which is more like, I mean, if you watch it, it is like, the thumbprints. When you go closer, you will see the lettering in that. So I kept a hidden thing in that, like, each letter, if you take it and put it together, it will form a sentence which is basically the gist of the story or the entire series. So it is, I never told about this or, advertised it or, like, mentioned anywhere in any interview of at that time. So, but somebody noticed it, and, like, it became a kind of, like, they caught on, and then they became a rage. Like, they were trying to interpret what it is, and to add to their curiosity, I mixed English and Tamil letters. So when you read it, it will make a sense in Tamil and it will make a sense in, English. So I think you can see that, bit. If you can see the Chidambara Ragasiyam title sequence bit now, can you?
Yes, we'll watch the video right now.
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
sure there'll be so much research behind this, sir. So, how did you go about it?
yeah. See, this one, what it says is like, Pillai என்பது எல்லையின் எதிர்மறை. Okay. That Li is written as L and I. When you read it phonetically, it will sound as in Tamil border, Li. Okay. And in English, it is Li, which makes sense with the story because the story is dealing about like, finding a traditional medicine for AIDS, for the immunodeficiencies, and also for leukemia. For both, we don't have medicine yet. Okay, leukemia and so this whole idea of Chidambara Ragasiyam itself came up from my research. Really speaking, the story evolved from my research. I was looking up for on this Nadi Josiyam and all that, and like my kind of like one vague thing came up, which is like in Nadi Josiyam you have this chapter called Marutva Kandam or medicine chapter. That medicine chapter is supposed to talk about a person's ailments in the whole during his whole life and medicines for that. So my question was like, suppose something like that is written by all our Saptarishis and kept. If suppose I have AIDS, today there is no medicine. If I go and consult this, Pandit manuscript, will they be specifying a medicine? That was my quest. So when I started searching for it, it's like, it came up. Nothing like that came up. They said something about it is there, and all that. Siddha Vaidyan has already told and stuff. But when I was digging deeper and deeper, suddenly, like, I was also trying to connect the thing to Pillai or Chidambaram, the temple, and like, how this particular set of palm leaf manuscripts were discovered in Pillai or Chidambaram. Originally, they were in Chidambaram, and then they went to this other place where it was like it was auctioned from Tanjavur, and then it is now in this place where they all practice. Now I was trying to make this connect. How did it come to Chidambara first of all? And from there, how did it go to Tanjavur? All these are never mentioned in the history. And then when I was digging into it, suddenly something sprung at me was this pillai, or this plant, which is a poisonous plant. I mean, even the goats don't eat it. That's what they say. It is such a poisonous plant. Does it have any use? And when I was researching, there was a paper which I read about some cobalt ester being extracted from it, which is being used for AIDS, treatment of AIDS. So suddenly Pillai connects to AIDS, and suddenly it connects to the palm leaf manuscripts of Marmadesam, and I have a story. So there is a lot of excitement in that research itself, which springs the story to me. This is how I do my research.
Wow. And actually, I'm reading few comments. We have audience telling you're a mixture of legendaries, director Mani Ratnam sir and director Shankar sir in TV serials. So yes, that is true. Thanks for those comments. And sir, what happens behind the scenes, be it any genre? So how do you give that effect, sir? How do you put that?
When see, it will be in the story. The story, if it excites me, then of course bound to excite others. So first the story has to excite me. So even if I'm writing the story, I'm critical of it. The idea might excite, but when I make the story should also excite and give me possibilities. So that's how I write my stories. Then when I adapt it to screenplay, again, I look at where all I get, surprised, where all I get moved. If I get moved, then of course, if I show it to you, you're going to get moved. Where does this any idea which springs up, it just comes to me, or somebody tells me, and if I am surprised about it, or if I am excited about it, makes me think about it, then I tell you, and then you're going to do it. So it is basically, it's like I'm just a translator of ideas, and then I'm just presenting it. So that is one process. When I write a story, the story cannot get translated 100% onto the screen, because cinema is a very very cooperative thing, wherein a lot of other people are involved. For instance, I always say the story written as it is 50%. The minute I take the story and go to a real location, I would have imagined the location, but the real location, or even if it is a set, it is going to tell me another story. And then I cast somebody. For instance, I would have imagined the heroine, or the protagonist in a particular way, and then I cast you. Then suddenly, your persona comes into it, and you're going to modify the story. So the story actually is 50% I can conceive. The location and the climate, actors, everything goes to modify it. Okay. Now I become the person who picks and chooses. Okay, this is modifying it and enhancing it. This is modifying it and pulling it down. So I like to go this way and avoid this. So this is what I do. So that is the process behind making a film.
And so talking about involving various people. So from that, I understand that there are various opportunities for youngsters as well to be part of this industry. So what would be the different areas where we see opportunity for youngsters to be part of TV serials, sir?
See, cinema is one field which really is very diverse. Talents can come in. For instance, you can write a story, you have a place. No, I just can't do some sketching, because you have a space there too. No, I'm a bathroom singer. Definitely, you have a space there. It's almost like that. Very small talents also gets used there. So when the youngsters come, it is like, they want to use the medium, tell a story. That in itself means that there are ideas. If I don't have ideas, I'm not going to tell a story. So film industry or cinema offers you that thing wherein, like, there are ideas I want to tell. There is a platform. It's like, I mean, social media, whatever, however much you put it, it just goes around in a very small circle and comes back. Okay. But cinema, film, television, okay, today OTT, all these things offer you a great opportunity to express yourself, okay, and make a change. Because until new ideas come and express, changes do not happen. So that is one thing about the opportunities. In terms of, like, real job opportunities, if you want to say, it's like, there's so many things you can do today. You can become a cinematographer, you can become a sound recorder, you can become an editor, you can become an art director, you can become a costume designer, you can become a makeup artist, you can become a stuntman, you can become a choreographer, you can become a dancer, you can become so many things, because almost like, all the art forms are like, incorporated into it, and almost all the industries, for instance, all engineering fields will be used here. Suddenly, like, you need people who would be specialists in, like, if I have to do some underwater shooting, then I need people who know about the oceans. So I will go to them. It's about that. Like, film industry offers those things. For instance, some of the films shot on the Himalayas, you know, so used the armed forces people because they are well versed with that terrain. So then, like, the opportunities to be in the film industry is like, it's vast. There's no end to it. Everybody has got a role to play. Okay. So I have this talent. So you identify that talent, and definitely there is a, you know, place for you in the industry.
And are we going to marry educational qualifications to, the different roles available, sir?
In the cinema industry, yes, because cinema industry is again cinema per se as a form of entertainment or art, whatever it is. It's not very old. It is just hardly 120, 30 years old. That's it. So it's an evolving industry. It's still at a very nascent stage. It's like, though we have so much of money that so much of uh, kind of resources being utilized, and, like, that grandeur we are showing, but it is an evolving industry. It is not reached a complete evolution, as in, like, I become a classical former. Nothing. We are still discovering. Okay, it's just like, 3 generations old, maybe max, 3.5 generations old. So it is like, in this period, like, a lot of work has gone into it, but still there are areas to improve. So education in this particular medium is definitely, like, on the up. As in, like, earlier there used to be a couple of institutes teaching cinema, and they are also, like, even now I do teach a little bit. There is no fixed syllabus because you cannot fix a syllabus. A syllabus, a syllabus if you fix, it is like, somebody comes and says, no, 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 you should include this too. And this is the modern, development in the industry. So it is still a very evolving industry. So educational institutions have gone up. So there is a respect to that, getting taught something. Earlier, it used to be like, 20 years, people will be as assistant directors, learning filmmaking. But today, the institutes have come in, and, like, they could give you that much of education, wherein, like, what they learned in 20 years could be learned in 3 years. So the institutions have come into thing, and so education becomes important in this, as in, like, you are educated in filmmaking, you are educated in the technical side, like, technology of this medium. So that also is available, as in like today almost every university is offering a Viscom course, visual communications, and definitely they are studying cinema in that. At least part of the course these covers. So visual medium again is evolving, and cinema per se, the elements which are being developed in the cinema.
இல்ல வேண்டாம் வேண்டாம் 7 மணிக்கு மாத்திட்டாரு அவர் எங்க நடுவுல
Uh,
டிராவல்ல
uh,
இருக்காங்க 7 மணிக்கு வச்சுக்கலாம்னாரு.
so the development uh, in the cinema film industry, as in the visual languages, everything are being applied across different things. For instance, today people are talking about even if you make a PPT, the principles of cinema is being applied there. Okay. Earlier it used to be you randomly put a few slides and just show it off, and you try to impress them with some visuals, downloaded from the net and all that. But today there is a lot of care and concern goes in, and then the language of cinema is coming into PPT presentations. And
I'm actually surprised because I thought when I asked this question, is how will you marry educational? I thought you would say it is more creativity that plays an important role, but your answer to this, it's actually like, wow, it is. I didn't expect this angle to that, sir.
no, it's seriously the education in cinema is being looked at with a lot of due respects, because not just you finish it and become a filmmaker, as in a film feature filmmaker, storyteller. Now it is being applied in various places. There are cinematographers in ISRO. Cinematographers are being employed in ISRO. Cinematographers are being employed in scientific laboratories. Okay, to look after the image making processes there. Okay. So it's all those things that are developed for cinema are developed in other industry as they are being used in cinema. So that is
Totally.
happening. Yes.
Totally. And sir, before we open our session to our audience for a live question answer session, I wanted to ask one last question. Sir, how about the comedy genre as well? You really rocked in that, sir. So how did you go about it? Because suspense thriller and quite contrast to that is comedy. And even today, we look at it and it's so new, it's so fresh. How did you go with that genre, sir?
Basically a comedian. Though I had been the suspense thrillers, I am just a comedian. It's at home, whatever happens. I mean, any marriage is it is of without any fights. So I just was writing a piece. I was saying the balance they say in marriage. Okay. In marriage there is no balance. There is a balance. If it comes to a complete balance, it is boring. It has to be moving up and down. So the fights have to be happening, and you have to have those disturbances, which keeps happening in every marriage. And that always I would fight with all my vengeance and all my with my wife, but half an hour later it looked like such a comic situation. So I will be laughing at it, why did I get so angry on that and all that. So after doing Marmadesam 1, I wanted to do comedy and asked Kailas whether I can do a comedy, and he said, yeah, do it. And so we started speaking about what happens at home and between a husband and wife. So he told what happened at this place. I started telling what happened at my place, and so we put together and we developed a comedy series. So the comedies are basically things which are happening around. It's not out of the order. It's just that how you look at it and how costly you look at it. What if it becomes a, you know.
So your wife is also a reason behind Ramani versus Ramani then. It's both of you together.
Yeah, actually it is that. It's about like, you know, sometimes I would have translated a issue which is happening between my wife and her mother. It's like, you know, they also fight. Like, you know, this is my house and that is your house and all that will happen. And again they will catch up and like, you know, become all lovey-dovey and stuff. So noticing that, and not only here, it's like, you know, everybody's out. You have these things and like, you know, child and parents, there will be a difference the way they talk about it. This is what we did. So it is actually about that. If you notice in Ramya's journey too, there is this thing about like, you know, the title song will be talking about it. First, Ramani versus Me is about immediately just married, and so the issues in the marriage itself, the ritual itself was my title sequence. Here, the second one is about like, you know, they are married and child is there. The minute the child comes, everybody feels that the romance is out. Romance is gone out of the film. So that is the title sequence. If you look at it, I think you will notice it. Yeah.
Yes, I will play the title sequence now.
Kita tak junurim, kita tak junuram, kita tak jununam, kita tak junur, tak junu, 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 tak junu. Oh, kita tak junurim, kita tak junuram, kita tak junuram, kita tak junu. Kita tak jununam, kita tak jununam, kita tak junu.
This is one title song where when we watch TV, my husband will say, no, don't change it. Let us watch the whole thing. Because that contrast, right? He will say how beautifully, you've taken. And I should say, this is it the first title song, sir, where normally title songs will have still photographs. But this is the one which has a video. Is it?
No, not
correct?
Actually, see, the videos have been there. Generally, the title songs will be thought of as like, you have scenes and you take from the scenes and you string it together to create an impression. You won't tell another story or like, give it another twist, another layer to it. So, but most of my title songs will have something to do with the story, which will add to the story. It won't be from the story. It's not short material. Already short material, like, you put it together as an assemblage. It's not an assemblage.
So, that was amazing, sir. So now I have questions from audience, so I will not keep them waiting. So my first question would be, okay, so they're asking, like, you have taken these serials when there was no mobile or CCTV or any, like, latest flashy technologies that we have currently. So how did you manage back then? Manage to take your serials, like shoot the serials How did you go about with that, sir? With less technology, with limited.
So when I took it, actually, that was the best technology that was available.
Okay.
So like, oh wow, lovely. Now no more low band. It was a high band. So that was the best technology that was available. And then suddenly, like, it became beta. So it has got nothing to do with the technology. It is about, like, the urge to tell a story. Whether you say it on a large screen or a small screen, maybe the way you shoot it, picturize it, okay, it's maybe different because of the screen size, the experience is different. Larger than life experience will be in the theater, but whereas, like, in your at home, it is close to life. Now today, like, with the small screens coming in, it is personal, one on one. Nobody is watching along with you on this. So, that is the difference. Otherwise, the urge to tell the story is there. We will have to adapt to these newer technologies coming in. For instance, like, yeah, if you're mentioning CCTV camera, yes, CCTV was not there. The mobile was not there. So there used to be this fixed phone. So the story will flow because I was not even aware that this is going to come because I was shooting before that. So if I do it now, I cannot ignore that. Then it will look like a historical. So I have to, incorporate those things, newer technologies into it. Today I can have a scene with, like, like this, a Zoom talk, okay, with somebody who's sitting somewhere else, and, like, a character can be having a conversation. I can create a scene out of it. But this was not available, so I won't even consider it. So it is not about, like, what the technology was not there. Yeah, I mean, cinema was not invented. Nobody made cinema. That's different. But along with what is available, we will be telling the story.
Okay. So hope sir answered your question. And this is a question that all of us we want to ask you, sir. So when can we expect the next TV series from you? And can you please tell us what's the next theme in your mind?
Well, actually, the next series may happen very soon because right now I'm in the process of writing it with the approval of the producers and the channel. So this is going to be another comedy in the lines of Ramani again. Maybe.
Mhm.
Okay. After that, definitely I won't be doing another comedy. I will be doing something in the Marmadesam, that suspense thriller genre. But now, at the moment, within the next 1 or 2 months, I should start shooting. So you can expect it very soon.
Okay. So that would be Ramani versus Ramani 3. Is that correct, sir?
I will say 2.5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it is not 3. It is not 8-3. Okay, that will be a suspense for you. 2.5. You understand.
Okay. So hope sir answered the question. And yes, we are happy. We are eagerly waiting for that, sir. And okay, there is another question here. So, how different is acting in serials compared to movies?
Quite different. Actually, quite different as in, like, depending on the shots. Because as I told you earlier, the screen size it makes a difference in terms of the viewer's experience. The viewer's experience is absolutely different. Screen size to viewing conditions. You are sitting here with strangers, 100 odd strangers in an auditorium, and seeing a larger than life image of things happening. Okay. For instance, they will be showing one close up, which is as big as, like, 12 feet. You have never seen a man with 12 feet face, right?
Right, right.
So that's totally an outside experience. So it becomes larger than life always, kind of. When you are watching in television, the image is smaller. Smaller as in, like, it is close to normal. If they show you a mid shot, yeah, that is the size a man will look or a woman will look in real life too. So when they say something, then it's almost like they're standing behind the window and talking. You know, they're not very different. They are not unlike me. They are very much like me. Now, when you are seeing in a smaller screen, it is like long shots don't make any sense. Long shot, it goes as a picture, and very fast movements are possible with the smaller the screen size. Larger screen size, you move your camera with speed, like very disorienting. Now it's smaller screen. So these kind of things are there. Okay, so when you are acting for it, again, you'll have to remember that how the other person is going to consume your acting. So on a large screen, it is your smaller movements also become very noticeable. For instance, at 12 feet or even 6 feet of your face alone, a small twitch here is going to be seen there, as much as a small blemish on your skin. But in a television, then that is the blemishes are not seen. But the thing is, they are going to believe you more. Anything you say, they are going to listen very carefully. Okay. And the smaller screen again, becomes little different, wherein your movements have to be particular. As in, if I'm going to lift up a cup like that, okay, the cup is so small in that. Right? How do you hold the cup? On a large screen, you can hold a cup like this, covering half the thing, still it will be seen as a cup. On a small, mobile or a laptop, it just becomes very small.
Small.
So I need to make sure that it is perceived as a cup. It is not perceived as something else. So this is the difference in terms of acting and the screen size.
So there is so much nuance, right?
Yes.
So much minute things, and I think continuity is another thing that will keep in mind.
Yes, yes. So that is the thing which, as an actor, you will have to take care, because you are acting for a particular medium, different medium.
Okay, I hope sir has answered that question. And next question, sir. So what is the main quality one needs to possess to be successful in this industry?
Trust. You have to instill trust in others. It doesn't matter whether you are talented or not. They have to trust, because the industry is still not going up about getting to know how much you are qualified in this industry and all that. At the moment, right? At the moment, what goes in this industry is whether the producer trusts you or not, whether the director trusts the cameraman or not, whether the director trusts the actor or not. Trust, as in will you deliver? Doesn't matter how much you deliver. That I will ensure. Will you deliver? If you're not going to deliver, okay, and I'm not convinced that, or I don't have a trust in you, I will not take you. So that is a basic thing which you need to have in this industry. See, outside they will say don't trust the film people. But I will say that the film industry itself operates on trust. So you might as well trust the film people more than anybody else.
Trust is the key.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And another question. So since the 90s, how have you witnessed the evolution of the entire serial making and this industry, sir? Because now we have Netflix, we have a lot of other platforms.
Yeah. See, the thing is, again, do not confuse about they are different mediums. They are very different mediums, which is OTT is there, cinema is there, television is there. They are different medium. I won't confuse about this thing about cinema became television or television is a threat to cinema, OTT is a threat to television. It is not going to happen because they are different mediums, because they are consumed in different fashions. Totally, the expectations are different. The viewing experience is different. Even for that matter, like television is an appointment view. Every day you'll have to wait for that particular time, and then they will show it to you. The OTT is not largely not a appointment view. I decide when to see. Right. So if I see 3 episodes today and tomorrow 2 episodes, and day after tomorrow I don't see even a single episode, fourth day I can come back to see. Or tonight itself I can sit and see the whole season. Right. So the thing is like when you tell a story again, like telling a story in installments is very different from telling a story in one go. In television, in films, you are telling a story in one go. You are not asking them to hold on till tomorrow, till day after tomorrow, And so again, why do they come back? How do you make them interested? So make them come back. So these are the evolutions in terms of storytelling from my thing, because I am more into storytelling. The evolution is that how do you tell a story for 2.5 hours without making it boring? And of course, you have to give a break in between, because the popcorn guy has taken a contract, so he has to sell popcorn. So you need to give a break, and then you give a break, and then when you give a break, they have to come back. So the story format is slightly different now. Without a break, you take some film, and then with a break, you take a film. Storytelling becomes little different. Similarly, the storytelling for television is different, because you are going to tell it. It's like in story writing, as in literature, one book. You write a book and publish it, or in a magazine, you publish it every issue and chapter. It's very different. And then there are these, because of television coming in and because of this series coming in, so you have to evolve a new way of telling stories. Now with the OTT coming in, you are again evolving new ways of telling. And what will go with this particular generation, that particular generation. So from 80s onwards, if you look at it, the generations have changed and the stories have changed. That is one thing. Okay. And then, of course, image quality has changed. The sound qualities have changed. In some places, the art form is being explored more. For instance, Korean series and all that, you'll see that they're exploring the film language more, which we are not exploring here now. If you take Turkish series, they're very much like our series. It's the same kind of sentiments and stuff, but they are totally into a different world. Their world is absolutely different. What kind of sentiment we are exploring, the reactions are the same, but the areas in which we get upset and all that is different there. And their technical quality is also much different. And they are more into a little more aesthetically pleasing shot making. Shots are not jarring. Shots are very. So these are the developments in terms of shot making, in terms of storytelling and all that. Business wise, yes, all of them are individual industries. You notice that? So as a business, the industries are growing. They are not going back. It's not going down. No industry, of these three mediums, cinema, television, and OTT, there is no let up. Like every day, the people are uploading more and more videos. More and more content is being created.
Okay, and we have questions pouring, but because we've come to the end of the show, so sir, if our audience want to contact you, if they have any burning questions that they want to, chat to you with, what will be the best contact, sir?
They should mail me. If they mail me, I will respond to the mails. mail me at my mail ID, naga001@gmail.com. I will respond to them.
Okay, that is naga001@gmail.com. Sir, I should say it has been 50 minutes and the time flew like that, sir. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And we learned a lot of things. And yes, as one of them commented, you are a mixture of director Maniratnam sir and director Shankar sir for our TV series. It is such a pride for us, such an honor for us to have you in our show, sir.
Thank you. It was a pleasant experience talking to you. I hope the viewers also liked whatever they heard. Thanks.
Absolutely. We're getting so many comments from our viewers. I'm not able to read them because I see a lot of comments. I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't want to get distracted, but thank you so much once again, sir.
Thanks a lot, Sukruti. It was pleasant.
Thank you. So tomorrow we have a new series being launched under the name Amudha Surabhi, Pandey Bharatam, and we have this telecasted at 11 a.m. IST tomorrow. And we have Mr. Veda T. Sridharan on talking about Srirangam temples. So stay tuned, don't miss that series. And until next week, this is your Sukruti Narayanan signing off from Australia. So we're going to see about what next with cartoons. You too can be a cartoonist. It's the title for our Saturday Talk series next week by Triambak Sharma sir. So until next week, take care. See you. Stay tuned.